And quite honestly, it's so disrespectful.
Disgrace to the coaching profession.
It's embarrassing.
This is Jeff Saturday, born from Atlanta, Georgia, but went to college and University of North Carolina, and he was drafted in 1998. You would think you'd be a great fit to be a head coach. Well, a lot of people start hating on him because he has no college experience. But his awards and his achievements would say otherwise. He is the perfect fit for the Indianapolis Colts, and it is a smart move on behalf of the franchise. But before we get into the video, check out our new sponsor, the NFL Shop. Check out the products and the merchandise of your favorite team and represent your team by buying your favorite team's sport apparel. So the past week, Jeff Saturday has been catching a lot of fire from a lot of different people, different analysts, different NFL players, the past and the present, and former head coaches, thinking it was disrespectful being the professional head coach and the coaching staffs and to the players. There's nothing really disrespectful about this. I mean, he's been with this organization for over a majority of his career. The only two teams he hasn't been with the Colts is 1998 when he was undrafted and he got signed by the Baltimore Ravens. And at the end of his career, he signed a 2-year deal with the Green Bay Packers in 2012. But everything else from 1999 to 2011, he's been with the Colts. So he spent over 12 years with this Indianapolis Colts franchise. He was once a starting center for the Indianapolis Colts, and he was the center of the most important piece of the Indianapolis Colts during his time, and at the great times of Indianapolis is with Peyton Manning. I mean, goodness, majority of his career is him and Peyton Manning, and at the end of his career at the Pro Bowl, his last Pro Bowl and his last game, they had one lap snap together. So that means a lot. Peyton Manning trusted Jeff Saturday with the football, and they worked as a unit. But they want to talk about qualifications of being a head coach. And there's a lot of head coaches that never played a down in college nor NFL. And they only did high school and don't really count. And plus, he was a high school football coach in Georgia. But they want to talk about qualifications. Here's some qualifications. He was a football player. In 1998, he was signed to the Baltimore Ravens. In 1999 to 2011, he was an Indianapolis Colt center in Green Bay Packers in 2012. But let's talk about his highlights and his awards. He was a Super Bowl champion, 2-time first All-Pro in 2005 and 2007. He was also a 2-time second-team All-Pro in 2006 and 2009. He is a 6-time Pro Bowler. He went from 2005 to 2007, 2009, 2010, 2012. He's an NFL Alumni Offensive Lineman of the Year in 2007. Indianapolis Colts Ring of Honor in 2015. In college, he was a 2-time first-team All-ACC in 1996 and 1997. And he played a career NFL statistics. And how many games he played? He played 211. He game started was 202. Fumble recoveries 9. And so all those statistics and all those awards and achievements makes him well qualified to be a head coach. And you don't have to have head coaching experience to, be a football coach. I think the best coaching experience you can have is being a former player. And being a player, you probably know about the locker room, what's going on in the locker room. You know what the players would feel, what the culture should be, and who would be right for the starting lineup to put the best 11 players as a product on the field to give them the best chance to win. And Jeff Saturday is more than qualified to do that. He is not the best head coaching pick, but it was a good, smart move because he already knows about the organization. He knows about it. He's been there over 12 years, like I said a couple of minutes ago. And it was a smart move, especially in the middle of the season. You're trying to make the playoffs, and your season is not really going well as it should at the middle point of this season. And this is a turning point for the team. You should bring somebody in that should already know about the organization until you make another head coaching search in the offseason for next year. And so the best thing to do was to bring a person that you already know and try to help the system. Maybe he does good, maybe he does bad. He might even be hired on if he does good enough throughout the year and pick him up and go to the playoffs or even close to the playoffs. So it was a very smart move for the owner. And the people that say that it was not a smart move, they're not really smart because they surely don't know what they're talking about. And it's very disappointing that some older coaches back in the past and older players, Hall of Famer players, said this is a bad move. You should know that being a former player means a lot to an organization. It gives them perspective and help out with other talent, other draftees, undraftees, give them a lesson and actually help the culture and make special appearances. I think it's worth something to be a head coach because of your prior experiences, but that's just my opinion. And Jeff Saturday is doing the best thing he can do is to ignore the people and try to help the organization win and make it to the playoffs and salvage whatever is left of this team for the rest of the year, doing what's best for the franchise and for the players and for everybody in that franchise. And for the people like Shannon Sharp, the hateful Stephen A. Smith, Joy Taylor, don't know what the heck she's talking about. Only her brother that was a football player and a Hall of Famer knows about football. She doesn't. Those people are haters, and they wish they can have that job opportunity, but they never been given the job opportunity. Bill Cowher, you're retired. Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp always want to hate on even a white guy even getting a job for an NFL team, talking about black this, black that. Black people do have the option of being a NFL football coach. He's not a permanent fix for the Indianapolis Colts unless he really does good, and that is the guy. It may be a perfect fit, but to say by race, color, to determine an NFL job is asinine, and Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith need to really look at who they are and reflect on what they said and who actually makes a good NFL coach. Because they surely, both of them would not be very good NFL coaches in my opinion. Especially with their asinine statements of what they say of other players and other teams and don't really back up what they say and actually stick with their statements when they were wrong. When before they were wrong, they were hard about it until they got proven wrong. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. Is Jeff Saturday a smart move and actually a good coaching hire to fix the Indianapolis Colts and to salvage the rest of the season? Tell me in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. Check down the links to support your franchise and buy their products at the NFL shop. Share and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.